Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Evening Show right here on Smash FM, here on a very early Wednesday morning here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go to our amazing friends over in the US and, of course, talk to another music artist who was part of the American Idol, recent American Idol just recently, which is actually on TV, of course, now here in Australia. And, of course, as I said, she was involved in the American Idol. Her name is Shannon Gibbons. She joins us from Long Island, New York. Thanks, Shannon, for joining us.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for having me. I was so excited when you reached out.
No worries. Well, your version of the American Idol here, which was on TV last night here, I guess tell us, without giving too much away.
Oh, wow.
Tell us how far in the American Idol that you went.
I'm not sure if you saw, but I just finished off, the season just ended, actually. So I ended up making it to the top 40 in Hawaii. So, I don't know who's watched the show or who's not, but season's ended now. So everybody pretty much knows I made it to the top 40 in Hawaii, and Hawaii is one of the places that I've always wanted to go. So it was amazing to be there.
Now, obviously we're at the start. So we're at the audition stage where obviously
oh wow
you get to go to Hollywood. So
I just basically ruined it for me.
That's all right.
I didn't know.
All good. Obviously, I've actually seen the whole series from start to finish, so I know exactly how far you went. Tell us a bit about the surreal experience about going into auditions, and where did you end up doing the auditions?
Yeah. Well, they reached out to me to audition, and of course I've tried to audition like 5 years prior, and I was 15 at the time, and I didn't get in, and they were just like, you're really good, but you look really young, you should definitely come back in the future. So that's what I did. So here I am 5 years later, and they reached out to me, and I auditioned in Brooklyn, New York, so about 45 minutes from where I live now. But after that initial executive audition, I went to Savannah, Georgia, which probably is where they're caught up to now. Everybody who's watching in Australia, I was in Savannah, Georgia. So that was just awesome. I've been to Georgia before, and it's just like the weather is beautiful, and the area is just like awesome. And I had my whole family there. So Georgia was a great experience for me. It was actually surreal.
Now, as obviously, as you mentioned, we're actually up to that Savannah, Georgia part now in this series. Of course, you mentioned that you had to audition in Brooklyn, in New York, and then you had to go all the way down south to Georgia before obviously going into Hollywood, into LA. I guess for you, that must have been a real journey, go from East Coast to South to the West Coast, and obviously you end up going to the top 40. So that would have been some sort of experience.
Absolutely. You know what? I really love to travel. So I love when my musical journey can take me different places. And the fact that even, it did wrap up the way it did, I'm very blessed to have gone to where I've been with the people I love, my family, and the friends I've gotten to make at American Idol. I think it's just amazing how I can go from Brooklyn, New York to Georgia to LA to Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like it's so surreal to have your passion be somewhere that takes you so many beautiful places in the world. And that's one of my favorite things about like what I do and music. It just takes you places.
Obviously, we all know the judges for American Idol, obviously superstars in the music industry in their own right. Now, were you nervous at all, especially performing in front of three amazing artists themselves?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's that nervousness because I was there from like probably 7 o'clock in the morning to about 1 o'clock the next day. So like it was a really, really long day for me and a lot of other people. But I also play soccer, and I play a lot of sports over here. So it's kind of that same mentality for me where it's like once you practice, you practice, you practice. And then once you get to that game time, it's kind of like where there's no more room for making mistakes. You almost have that pressure on you to like be like, this is my only shot. And so I just have to kind of knock it out, or else I'm left going home with what if. And I hate the what if. So I just try to really stay present in that moment. I mean, the judges are incredible. They're people that I've been watching, and they're people that I listen to. So to be in the same room as somebody that you've had admired and listened to their music and studied their lyrics, like, it's just so, I can't even describe it to you. It's just so surreal. But I knew I had to like really show up and make them, you know, want me on the show, because I'd never been that far in my career before. And that was the only chance I've ever had like that.
You mentioned being in the top 40 and obviously going to Hawaii.
Yeah, kind of ruined that.
No, that's all good. Hopefully they've forgotten about it by the time we get to that point. Which I have to ask, and obviously I've had a chance to interview a couple of other music artists in the past that's been on American Idol in the recent series just gone, who has been to Hawaii in the top 40. Tell us your, how surreal was that for you to go Hawaii to perform?
Yeah, I honestly, till this day, I mean, I've done festivals, and, you know, out here on Long Island, there's a lot of beaches. We're kind of about that beach life. And, you know, I've done festivals straight on the beach before, but nothing like Hawaii. Like, also, one of my dreams my whole entire life, not only being to make music my whole life and have that be my career, but also to go to Hawaii. I mean, my parents have been to Hawaii for like their honeymoon, and, you know, everybody loves Hawaii, but I've always, always, always wanted to go because I just love the beach. I love the sunset. I love the vibe. To be there is a whole different experience. That is by far my favorite place I've ever sang in my whole entire life. Like, so it's just a magical place, really. Like, you feel like just good vibrations when you're there. It's actually a crazy feeling.
Going to Hollywood, to LA, and then on to Hawaii, and especially being part of the top 40, did you ever thought you were going to get that far?
You know, I was always thinking, and I think this in my every single situation in my life, I always think whatever God blesses me with is what I know that is supposed to happen for me, you know? So I don't ever go into something. Of course, I have dreams and my motivations, and I would love to be number one, but only in God's good graces for me, because I know that wherever I'm going to go is going to be the right place for me. So I kind of just went in like, here, God, like, you can have it. Like, whatever happens is in your timing, because I'm not in control anyway. All I can do is just show up and try my best and just try to sing my hardest with my God-given gift. And that's all I can do. And the rest is up to God and the universe and everybody else in the competition. So, I mean, I was just blessed to even get past the auditions with the judges. That was my biggest achievement I've ever had in my life. So.
Now, have you had a chance to, you know, are you still in contact with any of those judges?
No, I mean, it looks like, honestly, it kind of looks like we do have a lot of contact with the judges, but to be honest, we do see them and we do get the chance to talk to them, but not really like, it's not like even 5 minutes of a conversation. It's kind of just like, oh, like small talk and how'd you do and whatever like that. You know what I mean? It's not really a real relationship, but it's definitely a whole different kind of relationship to have that person as giving, kind of like a coach, giving you critiques and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's all I could really ask for.
Now, I've been following you on your Instagram since that series, and you've done some amazing performances virtually as well.
Thank you.
Throughout the pandemic situation, obviously, it's probably a little bit worse over there than it is over here at the moment.
Yeah.
We're in full lockdown as of tomorrow. I guess.
Yeah.
what have you learned from doing things virtually online now?
I mean, it's really interesting because just being on the internet the way I never was before, you know, I've always just had my regular Instagram, my regular YouTube, and it was just like I had followers, but it was people from my town that I knew. Now I kind of have followers from everywhere. I mean, from different places. Somebody just, the other day just commented on my Instagram and was like, "Hi from the Netherlands." I'm like, "Whoa, that's insane to me." I think social media is great, but it's something I never really delved into because I'm not that I'm not the social media type. It's just I don't really like to stay on my phone often. But now I kind of think of my social media as a place to really connect with people, especially with the whole message I'm trying to send about myself and music and mental health and things like that. It's very important to me to have conversations and to redirect in a different light to people that follow me, and to explain that and to tell stories through music, I think is so important to me. And that's definitely what I learned through quarantine, is that, you know, when things started picking up for me with American Idol, that was kind of when my journey was over with American Idol. And then the pandemic hit, and it's like, where did everything go? Where did all my opportunities for live performing go? But now I kind of redirected to virtually, and that can take me in a different direction than live can sometimes, because not everybody can come to a live show, you know?
Now you're almost up to 10K in followers on Instagram.
Yes.
As I can see, about 40 odd short. So hopefully
Yep.
we can get a couple of the Australian viewers and listeners to follow
I
you
hope so.
to that 10K. I'm sure they will by the time they finish watching American Idol. But of course, for you, you know, being on American Idol, and now you've got an amazing amount of amazing followers following you on social media. Did you ever thought it was going to get that much?
No, honestly. Because just like I said before, I never really worked on social media in that way. I think about a couple months prior to auditioning for American Idol, that's when I finally started to get my Shannon Gibbons official account. Before that, I was just, you know, Shannon Gibbons and, you know, doing my own thing and just posting videos here and there. But now I have a whole account directed towards, you know, just a good life and healthy habits and good music and originals of mine and everything like that. So I kind of like having my own space like that.
Mm.
And the other thing is that I do believe that the people that do follow me, I mean, in a lot of people's eyes, maybe 10,000 or close to 10,000 isn't a lot. But to me, if I can help one person, or if I can shed a light on one thing or another, that's, to me, that is doing what I am meant to do. And I know that whoever will follow me because they want the same things I do. And, you know, I believe in that 100%. So I love my followers. I've actually had conversations with people that reached out to me about their mental health, and I've done FaceTimes with people, and I've talked to people about mental health and just life in general. And I love having that connection with my fans.
Now, I mentioned before about if you still still catch up and talk to the judges, which you've already responded back to. The follow-up question I'm going to put to you is, do you still stay in touch with the contestants on the recent series?
Yes, I do actually. I mean, obviously I follow them all on Instagram, but we do connect via Instagram. But I also do have, you know, a couple of their numbers. And, you know, Gina, that you know, right? We
Yes.
actually just, since we are quarantined, we can't really meet up. She was supposed to come to New York, but quarantine hit. We just wrote a song on via FaceTime the other day. And I mean, she's amazing, and an absolutely, if I can't even express to you how amazing this girl is at writing hit songs, not even just songs in general, hit songs. Like I truly believe in that girl. Franklin Boone is amazing. He was probably one of my first friends on the show, I'd say. We really just connected. We were kind of like in the corner, a little bit introverted, but a little bit extroverted as well. So, you know, we kind of attract. But everybody, I think, everybody, especially in the top 40, I got to make a lot of good relationships.
You mentioned Gina. We've actually had a chance to interview her a couple of weeks ago. And
that's awesome.
Obviously, she's got amazing friends with everyone. Of course, she got 40 herself. I guess.
Yes.
Now you mentioned about the song that both you wrote, and obviously she was meant to come to New York.
Yes.
Everything that's been going on over there, but I guess without giving too much away, you don't have to tell us. Without giving too much away. First, when's that going to come out for our Australian listeners? And tell us just a little bit of what might be about.
Yeah. I think this is really super interesting because when I FaceTimed her, since she is just so talented, I'm the type of writer where it's either or. It kind of can come from me writing poetry, or it can come from me writing a melody in my head and then putting it to guitar or piano or something like that. The interesting about doing it via FaceTime is she was kind of just like, what are you listening to nowadays? And I was just like, this is probably something people don't know about me, but I love rap music and I love R&B, and I'm kind of like a soul type person. But I was listening to 21 Savage because I work out a lot and I love 21 Savage. I think he's great. I think he's a real like lyricist when it comes to rapping. He like is obviously amazing at like rhyming and everything like that. But regardless, we were listening to his song and she took a chord, just a regular chord out of the song, and she just started playing it. And I was like, whoa, like you just took a rap song, took a song out of it and made it into a whole, like kind of like a chill indie vibe. The song is called Miserable. I'll tell you that. That's it. That's all I'll tell you. But the song is called Miserable. And she is kind of like a pop writer. And when I write, I can write pop, upbeat kind of songs, but it's mostly just kind of like Adele-esque type vibes. Like I write kind of sullen, sometimes sad, you know what I mean? And it's a really beautiful melody on guitar that just came from like the most odd rap song ever. And it was just so cool. And it's about, you know, being in your feelings about somebody that, you know, you're not really supposed to be with, but you just love their company so much that you kind of just endure whatever with that person. And yeah, I just think it's awesome that we wrote it on FaceTime. Like, she's amazing.
Now, for you, how did you get involved in music and why did you end up choosing it?
I felt music in my bones from about 4 years old. When I used to watch American Idol with my family being very young, and I used to watch Kelly Clarkson and be like, that is going to be me one day. You know, I love to tell people because about my American Idol journey, especially because when I was younger, when I was 4 years old, like it's really all about manifesting your dreams. Whatever you want to do, you absolutely 100% can do it. You just have to always have that dream in your head and just work for it. I literally remember being in front of the TV and asking God, like, God, I just want one shot. I'll do it through you, for you, and I'll do it with all my good graces. And here I am. And here's what I did. Like, that is just full circle for me, really. I've always felt music in my bones, and I've always felt a calling to do something good with music, not just sing. I want to sing for my soul, and I want to have other people sing along with me, and I want people to connect with. That's really my goal. And I don't know. I truly do believe that I'm here because I manifested that part of my life. And that's the best part of this whole journey for me, is that I need to tell people that whatever you want to do in life and whatever your dream is absolutely 100% attainable. And, you know, I like to think that I got my musical side of me from my grandmother that I never met. I'm the youngest of 5 children, and I'd never met my grandmother on my dad's side, and she was a professional singer. And we're both Aries, and I feel this very deep connection with her without even ever meeting her. I feel like I'm almost living through her, I guess, what she brought me is music. So I feel like I'm living through her with my music. And that's really special to me. It's something I keep very close to my heart.
Being there in New York, obviously it's famous for its entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I've been to the Big Apple myself, and I've seen, I guess, what it's really like in regards to entertainment. Yes. Is your dream to ever perform at Madison Square Garden? Is that something you want to do?
100%. 100%. I mean, looking where I'm at now and seeing what I've manifested just like this, just on even American Idol, that's obviously an amazing thing to do. And that's obviously a huge accomplishment. It's the highlight of my life right now, but I won't stop here because I know that I have more to do. I know that I'm not done yet. I want to keep writing music, and eventually I would love, and it's been my dream forever to play Madison Square Garden, especially being from New York and having that right there, and, you know, going to college in the city, Queens College, like you say. You know, it's always been a dream. I want to not only just perform with a big crowd, I want to connect with that many people at one time. I think that is what a vibe to be in the air. You know what I mean? Like, I have been to many concerts at Madison Square Garden, and it's absolutely amazing. So if that can be me one day, I will do a backflip.
Now, what does music mean to you? I know you mentioned part of it throughout, obviously, how you got involved in it, and it's obviously flown through the family.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, what does it now all mean to you? Like, you know, especially as you mentioned about, you know, the family ties to music, and especially being on American Idol.
Yeah.
Now, I guess now you've had a chance to experience all of that. What does it mean to you now?
I think now that, again, like I said before, the manifestation of it and the belief in it, and the belief that those crazy things that you never think will happen. Now that that is already in my past, it's just something that I know that I'm not done with, and that dreams are really a real thing. That's why music is everything to me. Music has taken me out of such hard times and just gotten me through it. And as it does for so many people, whether you're happy, sad, or happy and sad at the same time, like, music speaks to your soul. I believe that music is the best medicine. Being someone that deals with depression and, you know, has to go to therapy and, you know, does, you know, healthy things to really stay on track with that all. I believe that music is my best medicine. And I believe that it just is. No matter what music you're listening to, it can easily mean the world to you, because as soon as you hit play, it's just, you go to a different place. It allows you to go to a different place, at least. And I don't know, music is everything to me. It has gotten me through hard times and has made me so happy at great times. And when I'm writing, that's like magic. So I just love music.
Now, what will be your advice to our listeners or viewers out there that should get involved in music?
My biggest advice is stay true. Stay true to whoever you are, because if you're willing to work hard for your dreams, it will happen. If you're willing to work, all that you need to do is work hard and stay true to yourself, and the rest will carry you from there. People will try to tell you what to sing, what to write, what to wear. I think genuine people and genuine artists, genuine writers shine through. At the end of the day, you can go see whoever you want to see, and it might be a little made up, but if you're staying true to yourself, you're always going to feel fulfilled in your own art, in your own craft. You know what I mean? So I would just say, do whatever your heart feels, and don't let anybody change you. Grow, always grow, but never change your true core values, I would say.
Now, of course, I've got to finish off with a couple of lighthearted questions, which is any embarrassing moment on stage?
Actually, yeah. Something that you guys didn't see, it was in Hollywood Week. I sang God is a Woman. and by Ariana Grande. I'm a huge Ariana Grande fan. She's amazing. She's probably my favorite artist ever. I was singing God is a Woman, and it was my third round, and they kind of give you like what you're supposed to sing, like the verse, chorus, and you sing for about a minute and a half. You don't sing the whole song. It's just like whatever. And I mean, it wasn't, I wouldn't say embarrassing because I don't know if anybody noticed, but I kind of sang verse, chorus, and they wanted me to sing verse, chorus, bridge. And everybody else, there was 3 other people that sang God is a Woman. Everybody else sang it right, and I sang it wrong. So I was kind of shocked. I was like, well, I actually just made it past that round, and I completely messed up. I mean, people mess up all the time. It's part of being a live performing artist. But I came off the stage like, whoa, is that gonna like blow my shot? Like the fact that I didn't sing the right lyrics at the right time. But I kind of just went with it. I shook it off, and I knew that if I'm on stage, one thing I can't do, even if you mess up, the thing you can't do is stop singing, because then you're done now.
And I think you've pretty much answered my next question, which is, have you ever forgotten a lyric to a song?
Yes. Well, God is a Woman for sure. But you know, when I'm out gigging, I'm in a band right now. When I'm out gigging, sometimes I'll improvise. Sometimes music takes me to a different place when I'm singing. So if I'm not completely connected with the lyrics at that moment, I will go other places in my mind, and I'll slip up, but I either usually just sing a lyric that I've already sang before, and just nobody kind of like goes over people's heads, or I will like hum along, or just like just kind of improvise, make it where it's like, oh, I didn't mean to sing that part. Like I wasn't supposed to, you know what I mean? Like just kind of go with the flow, but never stop singing, because that's the worst thing you can do.
Now, you mentioned that you're in a band.
Yes.
When you perform on live stage at a venue, and when you get to like introduce your fans to your performance, is there any point that you forget where you're playing and actually completely say a different town altogether without realizing you're actually in the wrong location?
Sometimes, actually. Like, I don't know. Sometimes music really does just like, you just forget. You just forget everything. And like, sometimes I forget that I was on American Idol. Like, not that I'm ungrateful for it, but some people will come up to me and be like, oh, you're on American Idol. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I was. Like, oh yeah, I was. Like, you know, because I like to think that, you know, in my little small town, my little beach town over here, like, it's kind of, people come up to me because they realize me from my own town. I have like a town of like almost 2,000 people, and that's it. But I'm kind of doing other things. I like to keep my life very balanced, even though I do love music. I like to work out. I'm on a soccer team at my college. I play college soccer, and I like to go to the beach, and I like to, you know, surf and skimboard and go out with my friends. And sometimes I forget, but I think that's a good forget though, because I'm not really wrapped up in it the way other people might be.
Now, of course, I have to ask, who was the comedian and the best dancer on American Idol?
Comedian, I'd say Just Sam. She is a personality like all in itself. I love her. She's a great person. Just what a story that girl has. She's just amazing. She has bright spirits, and I love it. And you said best dancer?
Yes.
Oh, I'd say Olivia Jimenez, or Ximenes, I think it's Ximenes. But Olivia, I don't know if you guys saw Olivia yet, but she actually is a dancer, and she's amazing. You'll see in her audition.
What was the best part of it? Well, sorry, I shouldn't say the best part of it. The funniest part of it.
I mean, I'm not sure if this is really funny. I mean, it's sure funny to me. Being someone that's so like normal and just kind of just like this 21, but 20-year-old girl, being on a stage on the beach in Hawaii with people that want to like reach out and touch your hand when you're singing, and they want to like look at you and scream and be like, ah, when you're singing, and like kind of like connect with you in a way where they love so much what you're doing on stage. I think that's hilarious to me because I'm very normal and just I'm not really used to people clapping at me or screaming at me. You know what I mean? I mean, I love to connect with my fans, but to me, that's just like, sometimes I'm just snap back into it. I'm like, I wake up and whoa, I'm in Hawaii and I'm on a huge stage the size of like festival stages at like Coachella. Like, this is easy. Like, is this like, people are really screaming my name? Like, how to me, but
firstly, I know our Australian listeners are dying to know, and you're amazing fans down here in Australia. Are you hoping to maybe come down and perform? And secondly, and how can they follow your music on social media and also on the music channels?
Yes. Well, I would absolutely love to go to Australia. I've always wanted to go to Australia. I want to experience the wildlife. I'm a big animal lover and everything like that. And I love to travel, and I'm a big beach girl, so I would love to, catch some waves over there. And I think it's just a beautiful country, and I would love to go. And I hope anybody that is from Australia that finds interest in me will definitely reach out and connect through my Shannon Gibbons official, either Instagram. I actually do answer a lot of my DMs and everything like that. So anybody from Australia right now wants to hit me up or talk about real stuff and likes, real good music and stuff like that, definitely hit me up, hit my DM. We'll have a conversation. But yeah, Shannon Gibbons Official is my Instagram account. Shannon Gibbons Official is my Twitter. And on my YouTube, it's just, you can look up Shannon Gibbons. And I'm actually looking right after quarantine, I'm looking to kind of finish out my first real album. I'm thinking maybe an acoustic album with all of my originals that I've written even 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So I'm looking forward to that. So I hope everybody in Australia listening right now is ready for it.
Absolutely. Well, Shannon, it's awesome having you on the show. It's awesome to interview another contestant from that top 40 of American Idol, also the recent series. And we hope, hopefully I get a chance to come back over to the US and especially to go back to one of my favorite cities in New York and hopefully get to meet you in person and catch up.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It was definitely my pleasure being on your show. You guys have an amazing station, and I would literally love to go to Australia. But anytime you are in New York, definitely reach out to me, and we'll link up. And I'll definitely follow you on Instagram. Thank you so much.
No worries. And that Shannon Gibbons now, of course, top 40 of the American Idol, which obviously the original series have actually finished just about a month or so ago. And of course, obviously we get to have that here in Australia, of course, on TV. Make sure you check your local guides on how you can watch the recent American Idol, of course, which obviously involves our very own Shannon there, of course. We just interviewed from Long Island, New York. There's more on the Smash Evening Show right after this. Don't go.